Right, I think. Hang on. Right, I think. Hang on. You have to forgive me because my memory's not as good as it used to be, and I had such a lot going on.
You have to forgive me because my memory's not as good as it used to be.
And you get kind of.
I had such a lot going on. I had such a lot going on when I was building this stuff.
When I compiled a
real
lot of
life
these
gets in the way,
playlists,
and
I had
you get kind of
I'd built
mixed
various
up. And
different builds, and my
when I compiled a lot of these
chronology is a bit out
playlists,
of whack.
I had
because I was looking over my
I
playlist
built
and I realised
various
I've got
different builds.
part
And,
of my original design
chronology is a
on
bit out of whack.
a playlist,
Because I was looking over my playlist and I realised
and then another one
part
of
of
my designs
my
is
original
on this playlist
design
as well, which is confusing. I know it's frustrating
on
because I'm going back
a
over it now and I'm
playlist.
thinking, oh God, what a mess.
And
So-
then another one of my designs is on this playlist as well,
right,
which is
let me just
confusing.
try
I
and
know it's
help a
frustrating
little
because
bit.
I'm going back over it now and I'm thinking, oh God, what a mess.
My playlists
So-
are not exactly perfect. Some of them are, but not all of them.
Right, let me just try and help a little bit.
Oh shit! I've got.
My playlists are not exactly perfect. Some of them are, but not all of them. Right. Oh shit! I've got my other microphone on. Sorry about that. Face palm. I've turned it off now. Okay, so right, so what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try and find those other clips. Now, it was January 2017 when I was working on the original one, which is the one that's of interest, because although I was getting very low output, I kind of I got a little bit disappointed with the voltages at the time, and I moved on to something else, and I should have stuck with that one really, because if I could have improved I did actually improve the voltages on that, but the videos are not in that particular playlist I can find, so I'm gonna have to sort that out. Right, let me just sort something here. Hang on a minute. I'm going to attempt to find those videos, because they were videos, not live streams. Actually, some of them were live streams. Right, let me go to filter and see if I can find stuff by date. This is the problem, YouTube. YouTube doesn't make it easy to find stuff by upload date, which is really disappointing. I'd like to be able to choose all the videos of a particular year to show up in my list so I can add them to my playlist, but YouTube doesn't seem to have that. Oh, unless it's hidden on somewhere. Let me just click on you can't see what I'm doing right now. Let me just hang on a minute. Display capture, is it that one? I think that's the one. Can you still hear me? I hope you can. Looks like my just a minute, right, let's go over to, so I need to be organized. So on this list here, I've got age restriction, brand listing, copyright, description, make for. Now let me try doing a search on stuff, because this is nuts. Oh, I'm on YouTube. No, that's right, I am on Studio. Why the hell is it not showing up? Filter. Let me try filter again. It's not showing up. It's not showing me the dates, which is really what's causing me a lot of frustration right now. Oh, the dates over here, right? If I go back to switch the dates around. Oh God, that's going to be 10 years after I started my channel. Oh my God, that's ridiculous. I want this up to 50. There's almost, I think there's over 2,500 videos on my channel now. Can you imagine that? Trying to find stuff on here? Not easy. I'm trying to make life easier for you guys out there because holy crap, some of these videos in here, they've got over 1,000 views. I never realised how many views some of this stuff's got. I'm trying to catch up to, how the hell do I find, well, what YouTube make it easy for me to go to a date. I've got a flip thing where I can flip it from earliest, oldest or newest, but there's no date range on here, which is what YouTube should be doing, or studio YouTube should be. Now let me just check something, because on my actual video, this is the one I'm talking about. I did a whole bunch of videos on this particular one, right? I did a whole bunch of videos on this, but I'm trying to find them all. And if you look at the date when I put that up, I usually put the date in there, and that was on 5th of January 2017, right? You might say, well, why don't I just do it again? No, I can't. I've dismantled it. I took all the magnets out of the rotors because I used them for something else. I dismantled the whole thing. Not that it was a failure. It wasn't. It was very, very interesting. But sometimes we feel like we're getting a bit, you know. And I wanted to try something else, basically. I just realised you can't see me right now, can you? So I was just saying, I kind of felt, you know, hot around the collar, so I thought I was getting close to something. Hang on. Right. Right, let me go back. But I wish I'd done more with that. I really do. I'm gonna try and find stuff. So if I go back to, let me just scroll through this freaking list. Gotta find them all. I need to make a new playlist with all of that particular one in it, and it's not easy. I did a lot of spiritual stuff as well. What was this? I've forgotten. I did a lot of stupid spiritual stuff, really. I was distracted. I was looking for some kind of comfort food, but in other things. What the hell is it? Oh, that's my solar battery. Yeah, I put that in my solar battery. You know, it's so hard to see stuff in here because everything's so freaking small. Hang on. So if I zoom in, I don't know if you can see me zooming in. I'll get there eventually. Actually, this isn't helping me. Zooming in doesn't help me because I can't see the freaking menus. Right, keep going. I want to get through to 20. Oh, I'm not doing so bad. I'm at 2014. I want to be at 2017. So keep going. I need to be up to 2017 because I need to find this stuff. I wish I'd have given it all the right name. Ah, that's a point. If I can find all this stuff and I put a key name in the title, like an index name in the title, I should be able to find them all in one bunch and add them into a new playlist. Well, I've got to find them first. I mean, that means I've got to edit the titles of everything. That's what I was messing about with. Oh, hang on, I'm getting pretty close. That was 2016. So I was building this rotor. Hang on. This is when I started working on my concentric. I'm getting pretty close to it. I was working on my split bobbins. So that's the year you want to be looking at. It's 26, around 20, sort of the start of 2016 to 2017. I made all these silicon molds. There's my rotor. Now, I was talking a bit ago about this attenuator thing, right? I have no idea where that's gone now. It was made out of resin. The frigging thing fell apart on me. That might be there. What was that? 2016. Oh yeah, we're getting close to it because that's 20. That's the test run that I did in that other video was in January 2017, and this is only 3-4 months before that. So let's just check this one. I think this might not even be in the playlist. Right, let me go open that. I'm going to close this one. No, I'll leave that on because I might. Right. Ah, that's why I can't find it, look, you see, because it's got no frigging description in it, right? Got no frigging description in it. I need to start. I called it. Actually, initially I called it the wobbulator because it used to wobble about. The rotors were bouncing around, and I called it the wobbulator just as a nickname. Obviously, it's not descriptive or anything. But later on, I changed it to bubbleator, and then I had all these weird names I was giving it. Kind of meant something to me. Right, this is why I've not been able to find this stuff. Now, if I play this, I'll have to play it to see what it, because I can't remember now.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Right, I'm running a test.
Which one this was. These are the missing links to my design, right?
Okay. Let's see now.
No,
right.
that was
I'm
the.
running a test. I've only
Hang
got
on.
one.
Let me mute the sound because now this one. This was one of the earliest ones I was trying with a really weird looking array to cancel lens effect. I was using concentrics on the around the central axis using this cage. I call it the magnetic cage, and so this particular one is the very beginning of when I was experimenting, but the losses, oh dear, stretching. The losses alone for this were enormous. Because of that, look at the wobble. Look at that wobbles. It really wobbles really bad. So that's why I was calling it the wobbulator at the time. You might be able to find stuff tiled that actually on my channel. But I had some issues with stability. Right, so that I've dismantled that. I've still got the cage, the actual metal cage. I'll let you just watch that a second because I'm gonna go and get that thing out of my thing. I'll show you it. Just a minute, coat hanger. I actually found it. Right, so let me just get out of the screen a minute. Hang on a minute. Am I on? I'm curious about that. Hang on a minute. What? Oh, I was on 20 milliamp range. Yeah. Okay. Oh, don't say it's going to crash on me. Oh, stupid browser. Firefox has been really giving me a headache lately. Right, okay. Let me just go to copy video at current time. Firefox has been a real pain just lately. So let me just open up Brave. I'll stick that one in Brave. I hate that thing. Oh shit. I'm trying to get rid of all this junk.
This motor here.
Right. I've had some issues playing stuff in Brave. I mean, in Firefox.
Look, it's slowing down.
Right. Okay. So.
He's done. I mean, look, it's slowing down.
Yeah, that was a bad motor I had. It was giving me a lot of problems, and I remember that. I ended up swapping out the motor for another one because the motor was very, very erratic. The commutator was terrible on it. Okay, right. So this thing that I'm talking about, this cage thing that you saw just there a minute ago. If I switch back over to my camera. Right, this is the gauge thing that I had those concentrics on, right? It's just a bunch of coat hanger wires. So actually no, this wasn't coat hanger wire, this was welding wire, and that is something I was experimenting with. It's got a bit bent actually. This thing, I just stuck that on there so I wouldn't lose it. But it's a bobbin that I made out of resin and it's broken up. Most of the resin stuff, most of the stuff that I used for using resin got smashed. But I used one of these as a balancer in the center of my other straight between the two rotors. It's right in the middle, and I had these concentric magnets going around this thing, right? You know, I think my C6 or something like that. And then I had these little steel shunts around, pointing towards the core material in the middle. Then by rotating it, I could attenuate how much north and how much south would be getting through to the core material, and I was messing about with that to attenuate the magnetic field going through to the center of that between the two rotors, that one. But I can't find that one now. It's that particular thing that I made. I have no idea where it went. I think it fell apart when I was taking the cores out, because I'd glued them in with, they were glued in with resin or something, and when I was trying to pull it apart, the whole thing just dropped to bits, and I think that's why I can't find it anymore. It's gone. So that's a shame, but that's no big deal. But that was my thing that you saw the big concentrics on. I've stuck those concentrics in the other room somewhere. That was a holder for the C6. Hang on a minute. If I can find it. I actually made, what was it, 1, 2, 5 of these things, and this has got a different thing in the middle right now, right, but that thing here went inside there, and that's what held it in place. These are freaking heavy. That's magnetite. This is magnetite. It's really hard. It's with resin, mixture of resin and magnetite, right? And this is another setup I was playing with on it, and if I can, where's my thingy? So when I put my thing on the end, it would get my biasing magnet, it would pull. What's interesting is it actually pulls on this side. What it's pulling on here, it's pushing on the, oh shit, pushing on the other end. Hang on a minute, I've gone and destroyed it now. Where's this one come from? There's 3, oh, it come out of there. I had these laser cut. They're, oh, you probably wanted to see that a little bit better, I suppose, but yeah, these were, I had these laser cut because there's like a little dip for them. Well, the magnetic field on the magnet is where it can switch from one side to the other. If I stick this ball bearing back in there, it holds everything together. The trouble is, I was get my other one. I got too close. The idea was that, is it this one? So when you come in, you're pulling on it, but on the other side, it's pushing it out, because it's subtracting one magnetic field, which is, so it's north, south, north, south, north, south, 6, right? 6 magnets. And while it's subtracting one field, the other field is being deflected, so it's balanced, right? So when I push this here, if I switch it around, it'll pull it in. See? Look at that. I'm not even right next to it. Quite a long way away. But the other one, the other way, it's pulling on it. It's pulling, and it's pushing out the other side, right? I have to get it straight, right? But if you flip it around, now it pulls on both sides, but there's more pull on this side. So this is something I was working on. I was trying to balance the fields because the only problem with doing that was the flux lines which you need to generate power were being massively disrupted, so I was losing a lot. But the trick would be to have them flux lines doing work for you without them being totally atomized or whatever. Where is it? What was that? Let's go back to, so I'll just do a summary. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make a new playlist for you guys, because I know it's a nightmare trying to find stuff on freaking YouTube. I'm having a job finding it myself. So this video, it's so freaking dark. You know, I have no idea why it's, oh, my room is so terrible. The lighting is terrible. It's because the wallpaper needs to be done, really. Hang on, let me just skip this bit. I need to skip forward. I think I was using like 60, was it 70 milliamps or something, 60 milliamps?
Let's see, 10, 20, 10, 20, 35, 50, 60. Well, 70 milliamps,
60
but
milliamps
actually
or
the
something.
motor's faulty.
Hang on.
And it's used 10, 20, 10, 20, 35, 50, 60. Well, 70 milliamps, but it's actually the motor's faulty, and it's used.
Yeah, that was the motor. I was using about 70 milliamps to drive this rotor at the time, and I just muted that sound again. I was only drawing 15 milliamps out of the coils or something, which is kind of pathetic. But I need to add these. I still need to add these variations to my. I bet this isn't even a freaking playlist. I've just realised something. Let's check something. Is this actually in one of my playlists? It might not be. I mean, it's only got, well, it's got 74 views, so obviously somebody's been watching it. Let's have a look. Is it actually, oh, it's in 2 playlists. So, yeah, it's in, it's in my dual rotor generator using lens blocking, and it's also in my magnetic switching transformer. Why the hell did I put it in a magnetic switching transformer? It's, I just don't know. Yeah, because that was a transformer, not a freaking rotary system. So I'm basically trying to sort this mess out. I should check it out there, actually. I'll check that because it shouldn't be in that list. That one. But I had no description, so I'm going to put something in there because I shouldn't call it that. I should call it wobbler because it was wobbling. Then I can find it later on. Keywords, you know. The spell checking is not helping me. Call it a bubbleator, but it's wobbleator. It's such a nightmare trying to find all this stuff. I've got my work cut out. I mean, with all this, you know what I mean? It's just, right. Anyway, I best go because because I can't live stream all this stuff right now. It's just too much. Yeah. There's 2,500 videos on my channel, but I'm looking in a small window of like 2017, so I shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully I can find them all and add them to a new playlist or something, because I'm going to try and do that, because I need to sort them them other playlists out. I've got to pull stuff out and put stuff in, and because YouTube has been very erratic over the years because of constant changes that always throws you out. And you there was this one period where you could add these little blurbs or little notes across the screen. That disappeared, so there's nothing consistent, you know. Because there's no consistency there, everything kept throwing me off, and I couldn't figure stuff out. And I thought, well, I can't do that anymore. I've taken it away, and it just gets really irritating when you can't have something that consistently does what you want it to do. And the playlists came later, right? So if we'd had the playlists when I was doing this stuff, I could have added everything sequentially, yeah, you know. But because it came later, I had to remember all the videos that I'd made to add to the playlists, and that's caused me a big headache, because I couldn't remember half the titles, because I had all different titles, and that's why it's a mess. It's not just my fault. It's because I had to remember stuff which I couldn't remember, and yeah, you get the idea. I mean, some guy's got his tool shed right, and somebody gives him a new spanner. Oh, that's cool, thank you. I'll just throw it in my tool shed. 6 months later, where's that spanner gone? I just threw it in there and I don't know where it is now. That's kind of what the situation is with videos. You make them, and then when you want to find them again, I can't find my freaking tools. That's kind of the situation. Everything gets messed up, right? But we always get the blame, like, oh, you're not very good at organising stuff. Yeah, but there was nothing to organise at the time. It was just one thing. I didn't know where to put it. Each time it's just one thing. And then after a while you've got 101 things that all need to be in one box. And you think, oh, I wish I'd known at the time that I was going to be putting all these things in this category. Then I could have put them in there. But now, yeah, you get the idea. I mean, it's just so frustrating when you're trying to do videos, right? And most of them are one-offs, and you think they're one-offs, and then they ends up being a whole freaking chain of them. And anyway, I'm going. Before I talk myself into a big, dark, deep hole somewhere, I'm going to try and sort this freaking playlist out, because I need to do that instead of fighting about in Second Life all the time, really. Second Life is not producing anything useful. It's just a distraction, really. Okay. I've got to do this on my audio synchronization. There's a freaking delay when I do that. When I see it on the screen, it's like 10 minutes later. I'm just seeing myself waving at myself now. So, give you a thumbs up.